Jim Carter, who played the butler Carson in Downton Abbey, is married to which star? Imelda Staunton, Helen Mirren, Julie Walters. In the Velázquez painting, Via de Frendo Huevos, an old woman is frying what? Chips, bacon, eggs. What was the name of the group who had a hit with the theme to Friends, the Rembrandts, the Rubenses, the Renoirs? What's the title of the 70s film in which the mechanical shark was nicknamed Bruce Jaws? Born in 1878, Flora Drummond was a leader of what women's movement? In 1959, which car company was the first to fit 3-point seat belts as standard? Volvo, Vauxhall, Volkswagen.
I strongly advise against using simple, repetitive games for mental stimulation.
Which two cities are linked by the M8 motorway? Manchester. Which of these US sitcoms was broadcast first? Mork and Mindy, Will and Grace, Sex and the City. Which of these is the greater number? Minutes in an hour, seconds in a minute. Which of these pairs of words are not opposites? Which musician shares his stage name with a fictional whale? Drake, Moby. A Virgie is a small what? Must. Which town is famous for its literary festival? Hay on Wye, Burton. Which of these is a real reality TV show? Made in Tottenham, The Only Way is Sussex, Geordie Shore. Where is the Royal Country Retreat at Sandringham House? Which of these is a type of salmon? Socknose, sock. Who paid $44 billion for Which of these is a type of Moroccan leather slipper? Barbecue. The word amorous refers to what emotion? Which of these superheroes was told to kneel before? Which singer's surname is Germanotta? Pink. What did Queen Elizabeth I usually drink? Which of these words relates to the eye? Fraulein is a title equivalent to Miss. Which of these instruments belongs to the brass family? The name of the skateboard trick, 900, refers to what? Traditionally, mint sauce is served with what roasted meat? Which of these sitcoms was not created by Carla Lane? Butterfly. What term is used for a person who voluntarily gives blood? What form of verse has the rhyme scheme? What high kicking dance originated in France in the 80s? Honeydew and cantaloupe are varieties of which fruit? At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, what is the White Hart? Astrogation is the act of navigating a vehicle where? Which Carry On film is set at the W.C. Bog factory? Which Carry On film is set at the W.C. Bog factory? At your convenience, Upper Khyber, behind. Who did Jennifer Lopez marry in 2022? What generic name is given to the victim of a con artist? Equipment for what activity is stored in a tack room? What is the first name of the composer Mahler? The artist El Greco was born where? The artist El Greco. What is the nickname of the tech company IBM? What symbol appears on the flag of Jordan? What symbol appears on the flag of Jordan? Crown, rose, star. Which nurse was the first woman awarded the Order of Merit? An oasis is normally found in which areas of land? If a French person says, je mange, what are they doing? Snooker cues are traditionally made from what hardwood? Snooker cues are traditionally made from what hardwood? Teak, balsa, ash. What condition typically exists at the center of a cyclone? What condition typically exists at the center of a cyclone? Heavy snowfall, circular rainbows, low pressure. What girl's name did B.B. King famously give to his guitars? What girl's name did Concorde aircraft flew commercially for how many years? The funeral of which king features in the Bayeux Tapestry? The funeral of which king? What 90s haircut was popularized by Jennifer Aniston? In engineering, spur, bevel and worm are all types of what? In engineering, spur, bevel and worm are all types of what? Gear, tile, joint. The grill badge on Jekio cars have what nickname? Gary Lineker played most professional games for which club? Gary Lineker played most professional games for which club? Leicester City, Tottenham Hotspur, Everton. Manchester's Bridgewater Hall is home to what orchestra? Think before you ink is a warning about getting what? 0.0001 kilometers is equal to 1 watt. What is the currency of Laos? At how many RPM does an LP record revolve?